Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you all, wherever you are joining me at this moment. Welcome to 215th edition of Investdata Trading Academy Live with Ambrose. Yes, as usual, we'll do our top to bottom analysis by starting what's happening in the matured economy. I mean, global economy. As we speak now, the mistrend that that was started this week is still in place at this hour. We're seeing that most markets are in what are in a mixed direction. In US, we're having two indices down and one is up. When I mean two indices, Dow Jones and the S&P is in red, and that of Nasdaq is in green. Also in Europe, major two market there are still in green and one is in red. Asia is still mixed, but the good thing is that Asia is also slowing down at this one because of what the outcome of the data that was released yesterday from US. And I told you that the market has a way of responding to this macroeconomic data. They are very, very important, and every investor in the market or trader in the market will not wish these numbers away or push them aside. They have a way of what influencing market direction. When I mean market direction, market react to this number when they come to the market, and also it gives insight to what is likely to happen going to the future. As we speak, when the result hit the market, we saw that we have a mixed market that closed yesterday. As the result came, on the other way, the market, the numbers were not in direction as expected. Every analyst or every investor in that domain are looking at a continue of what they saw in the month of December, but the reverse is the case because we saw an uptick in the inflation. That also shows that the Fed are likely to continue what their what we call aggressive rate of aggressiveness in terms of rate tightening, and that means a kind of hike in the first place. This have started since last year, and with the number we saw for inflation in the month of December, it triggered that yes, subsequently we have seen that the aggressive was not as much as in the chart. When they were having a 75 basis point, it dropped to 50, also to 25. But this time, with this spike was that was noticed, or kind of the data release have shown, it shows that is in favor of what rate hike, and that has kind of slowed down US market. And that's why I've seen mistrend across the globe. I told you that earlier that what happened in the market in the US is a kind of a global standard, or that set the wave of things that happen globally. As to speak, market across the globe, US market is mixed, European market is mixed, Asia market is also, Africa market is mixed as we speak now. Right now as we speak, Nigeria market, which is the NGS, we're still seeing that our market is marginally in red. But yes, but we see that today is also another day for us here to see the inflation figure for the month of January, and who many analysts and also were expecting that we want to see, just like what happened in the US, a reverse of what we saw in December. But December was was beyond expectation. Why people were looking at in the marginal group, but it came that it saw a decline. But because of increase in energy and not which I told you yesterday, down here, fuel and all those stuff, electricity hike, all these are going to reflect on what on inflation. And not only that, because movement of goods and services, because of the high cost of what of transportation, these have also been pushed toward cost of goods and services. For that, the prices of goods are going to remain in up direction, despite the slowdown we saw in December. I believe that the consumer price index we are looking at to see today, I believe that by now we have seen it, only that I'm already on air. By 12 or 1, that data should hit the market to also give. But the good thing is that for investors down here in Nigeria, I believe that you should be guided that what is happening in our own financial market is different from what is happening globally. We have seen an increase in NPR, and that we're also seeing a kind of a declining yield and rate in the fixed income market. This no these two, there's no connection for that. The disconnection is also creating a venue for fund to go to equity space, and that also will impact the market positively. Knowing that this is the peak of our earnings season, like I said, most companies are going to reward investors at this season because of the company on the exchange as December as year end. That means this period till the end of April, we see more of what dividend and announcement, and that also markdown and also qualification. This date and all will be driving the trend. And if we get the election right, as we work closer to the election every day, I told you that earlier that next week we also see more cautious trading. Even I can see that gradually we're also seeing it already here. Profit taking activities in most of the stores that have rallied. It tells you that investors are becoming more knowledgeable, and traders to see that they cash out the profit they made But I believe that because the market structure have changed, we might see this trend continue even after the election if we get it right. And that means for you as an investor, the uptrend we're seeing for those that are dividend income investors, like I said yesterday, still target on your dividend what your dividend. But for those that are trader, any pullback we are seeing and the result of this company are positive. Also, you look at what the chart pattern and look at what the sentiment behind those stocks and know what to do. This is how to invest now. There's no cause for alarm. But going back to international market, I've not finished there. If you look at what is driving the volatility in the oil space in the matured market, you can see that there's massive, crude build up now that's also affecting prices. Because prices have pulled back from almost 87 down now to 48, 48 down to 84.71 dollar per barrel as we speak. And don't forget that as the the kind of conflict in US in Ukraine and Russia is taking another dimension. With all kind of missiles here and there. I believe that that will also my. But don't forget that recent proposed cut for production by Russia because the zone the eurozone are also having a way to to manage their natural gas. You can see that things are becoming a bit stable there. But I believe that now that China has already also come back on full operation after lifting their word, their zero COVID-19 restriction. This also have a war report. Let's keep our eyes in the market because these are going to drive volatility and these economic data that are coming. And also, don't forget in Europe, we saw that like uh, one of the bank there Barclays Banks also released a result, and this result was also below expectation because the profit after that also was in a decline. Because this is why how to use numbers of all these are the factors that drive this sentiment and also negative and positive sentiment depending on what is happening in the environment. For me, investors should just be focused and also trade their plan. Traders also trade their plan. What I mean, investors should do their plan to grow. Trader, especially that are trading, don't joke with your word, with your goal because in your goal you have your word, you have your entering rate, you have your stop loss, you have already your word, your profit target, and also have your exit strategy. This will guide you because you know what to do per time because you are following you are trading your plan, and that's a way of what to stay ahead of the market. If you can do this, in your trade, especially this season that you are seeing what is happening in the in the political environment. We're seeing what is happening in the financial market with the kind of disconnection or divergence between the main rate with the MPR and the rate we're seeing in the financial market, and also what is happening in terms of companies' results or earnings coming. I see that there's different leg to what will influence the market at this time, and you as a trader or investor try to take advantage of this. That's why yesterday I mentioned that you must consider what your fundamental your what your technical analysis and your what on your sentiment. What if you read all these aspects of analysis to read what you are doing, it go a long way to help you to make what informed decision. You are not standing on one leg to arrive on decision because you are combining all this to make what effective what the decision that will guide you, in your trade. Now that we are seeing what is happening in the global market, also consider that the cash issue that we're having here is not affecting the market much because what already we're seeing excess liquidity in the system as a result of what we saw in the subscription of the last bond that was that opened on Monday and last week treasury bill we saw over subscription even when the rate are just nothing to go home with, but people that are risk free are really taking advantage. I believe that this liquidity will also find way when the institutional investors also start position and also start increasing their stake in what in already stock there, because if they are selling, institutional investor would have seen the impact in the market. What we're seeing is just pockets of profit taken here and there by traders in the market, and that tells you that as an investor, anytime you are in profit or trader, know how to take your profit and take that so that at the same time you will remain what in the market for good. But don't be carried away with up market. As I always tell people, always know when to take your profit. Yes, we want to look at the trading strategy using what your technical analysis. Technical analysis, I told you that we have the three phase of technical analysis. These phases it tells you where you should be, and it with the help of your word, your chart, your pattern, your trend line, and at the same time your indicator. These are the three things you use all to guide your decision when you are. The trend line will help you to know exactly when the market is heading to, and that is why you always draw your trend line either in up direction or that direction, and that will help you when there's a breakout of this trend line you are drawing. It becomes very important. even the resistant and support resistant and support line are also trend line. That they are in technical analysis called a support line because it's a line or a point where the sellers are in charge. That's why they are called what, top or resistance line. At that point that you get it, you see sellers take charge of the market, it start coming down. The support level is at the point where you see that the buyers are in charge of the market. As a come to that level, you might use the rise oversold region. People want to take advantage of. They see that the stocks or the market is what is grossly undervalued. They jump into it. But when you get to that set, we call the trend line, that is also called a resistance level. At that point, I see that, this stock has gotten to its peak. The value, it has showed the real value. At that point, it's selling above its fair value. People try to take profit. That is why you must understand this cycle. Another one is pattern. Pattern is good. Pattern is also as important as volume in investment. Why pattern is good? That it will repeat itself, because that pattern you see at that point in time, you want to see the same players in the market, the same traders will also repeat that. That is why you see that before now, when GTB gets to the time of markdown, even marking down a rebound, now you can see that trend already coming back to what, to UCAP. UCAP, look at UCAP result last time when they marked down, what happened in that position. You need to understand all this pattern. And also, if you like, when a top can form a double top, it tells you what it means. It's a pattern. That pattern, that means it get to this level, it got weakened at that level. Sellers, dominated the market, it came down. And also when it also double bottom, at that bottom, we tell you that at that point, buyers will always come in or come down to take control of the market. That is where they start seeing value again, they start buying. But that's why then the simple way to value market a stock. It's not your technical, your fundamental that will say you are doing your different discounting. They are all good. I didn't go against them. But I will tell you, the real value of a stock is the price buyers and seller fixed on that stock at the end of trading for that day. The next day they can price that stock higher. That's because you see that what we call a momentum investing, because people are pricing it higher, either they are manipulating or whatever I call it. It's because there's buyer and seller building the price of. That's why at that time, that is what, when also buyers and sellers are tired, also they still bring that stock also down again toward a lower level. That means you must understand this, when you are trading. And this for what? For pattern. Another thing is that indicator. Indicator is combination of what? Price and what? And volume. They work together to support what you are seeing. And that is why, depending on your price action alone, is not too advisable. It's good to learn how to read your candle, to read your price action, price structure, to look at your candlestick. These are good things to look at the market. But it tells you about what you need to know. What is the strength behind it, and what is what the direction in terms of volume. And that's why I said, for you to build any indicator, you must combine what? The price and the volume. And that volume will tell you what is happening, the demand and supply of people in that position. And that volume will tell you, when you see increasing volume, and it tells you trigger that something is happening. When you also see a decreasing volume, it's not that something is happening. Then, as a trader, when you see a breakout, with a strong volume, it tells you that at that point, another set of buyers are coming. That's why it's breaking out that word, that by that strong pattern. And it is that indicator that will tell you that, where is it going. That's why indicators also at the same time also classified into two class of indicator. We have what they have the lead indicator, we have also the lag indicator. Also, those lead indicators are those we call trend follow indicators. Because they are leading, it tells you where the momentum is going, where the flow of fund is going. That's why they are very, very important. Where those lag indicators, like no, yes, that's why the moving average it tells you what is happening in terms of accumulating or adding the price up to give you the real price. Also, MACD is also a lag indicator, but see, it gives you signal. But that's why it's lagging. It supports you to take your decision. That means if you understand how to use all these technicals, tools effectively when you are trading, you become a good trader. Because I tell you, looking at fundamental alone will not make you a successful trader. For those that are investing for dividends and all those stuff, fine, to a level. Even with the market today, across the globe, market has changed. Because market has changed, you must up your game to know exactly how to use your word, how to use your technical, how to combine both your fundamental technicals and what and sentiment together to know what to make information. And that is how for you to want to stay ahead of the market. For me, I believe that a good investor or trader that want to really stay ahead of the market must know how to combine this I have discussed so far in this short time, so that if for you to get more of this, we have a lot of videos already on the site for those that are not members of the premium pack. Yes, you can also have access and pay for those videos $1, and also they send you the link or you download from our site. This video will teach you how to use individual indicators, and also how to use how to interpret patterns and what they mean and what they signal. All these are what you need to know so that you can stay ahead of the market in any market situation. It's good for us to always know what is happening in the market. Once we get it right as a traders or investor, we are good to go. And that is why this class is on, so that we can always rub mind together as to share ideas or knowledge. You go back to your portfolio and look at what is happening. Do I really get am I in the right position? What I learned, am I practicing it, or is it influencing my portfolio positively? You need to know to do this. It's very, very important. Even before I continue, I want to remind you that the speaker for the next Q&A, the buy and sell signal meeting that will be going on Saturday by 12. Yes, it's also coming with another dimension. Like I said yesterday, we want to tell us how to catch these different technical levels in the market. You can see that market is moving gradually. Yesterday we saw a breakout, and so that breakout, I see that market has remained above the last the last resistance level of 54,290.81. That means if market is going to something is within the market, and I see that market will still go further even before the end of the month, or even before the election, market hitting 55 is high, depending on the strength of this earnings we're expecting. If, like I said, I was discussing with my colleague that if the way we are going and we'll see the life of UCAP coming out with a 1 naira 80 kobo or 2 naira dividend, I expect that stock not to sell below 18 and 20 naira. And if Zenith Bank, I've said it earlier and also to repeat again, if they come out with the 3 naira was seen as forecast for Investdata. When they hit that 3 naira, that will bring a total of 330 kobo. If that 3 naira come at this price of 25 naira, 25 kobo, I see that stock hitting 28, also 30 naira. Also, the life of FCMB, you can see the result, the stock pullback and that of Fidelity. These are stocks that has potential once they move. And don't forget that the banking sector is the engine room of this engine of the banking sector is the engine of any economy. Not only that, the policy we are seeing in Nigeria is favoring the banking sector, and that should also expect them, expect a better numbers going to the future. Even their Q1 2023 also ahead. And don't forget that as from March, preparing for another Q1 in April, and that is also the period of election coming out. Then by March, we'll be concluding the government election. That means by April, we're already seeing that. For me, I think these numbers coming from this bank are very instructive, telling us a sign, giving us a sign that we should do with this sector. I think it's a time for us to really take action in in that position. Look at all these companies to know exactly what to do. Yes, as we speak now, market is slightly in red. We're seeing that the NGS is trading 54,491.56. Market is down negative 4.75. That means market is down with no 0.001. I can see it's just significant flat. I'll say it's flat market as we speak, which is good for the investors or traders. But I expect that the market maintain a good momentum. That is what we're looking forward to see. And if you look at the market breadth is also negative, slightly negative. Or I say we're having 8 losers against the 5 gainers as we speak. And also if you look at the top losers in the 8 losers, we're seeing the NASCOM topping, followed by International Energy, FCMB, Mansard, and World and Sterling. These are the top 5. Now I'll tell you these are just profit taking, and I believe that they have the capacity or the number that will support a rebound in a moment from now. This pullback create opportunity for those that are not in these positions. Then if you look at the gainers, there are 5 gainers, and you can see them here also that this type gainers, can see Triple G, leading GSK, we're seeing WAPCO also, Livestock, and then Owando. These are the stock that are leading now in terms of what? In terms of yes, sorry, there are eight gainers and 8 losers. That means almost at par now. Good for the market. You can see that Triple G is leading, followed by GSK, which is a Glassman Smith Charm, and also we're seeing WAPCO, Livestock, and Owando. These are the ones that are on the top of the gainers chart also. Then if you look at in terms of volume, I'll tell you that volume, you can see that banking stock or financial stocks dominated the activity chart today. We're seeing that the GT code is leading, trading at 25 naira 15 kobo, having a 27.1 million share traded so far, followed by UBA trading at 8 naira 40 kobo. We're seeing you know 8.53 million share traded so far, and Zenith Bank doing 25 naira 25 kobo as mentioned earlier, 3.9 million share traded so far. Sterling Bank 1 naira 51 kobo, trading at 3.75 million shares so far, and followed by what ICO Insurance at 59 kobo, trading 1.84 million shares. This is the position of the market as we speak now. For us. But quick one, we want to look at the chart so that we can see what is happening in the chart. Here, if you look at the chart I've drawn up here already, this is a live chart. You can see that the market, with all this we are saying, the market is still above the T line, but side trending. Even when market had a breakout yesterday, to touch almost 54,538 yesterday, but it closed at 54,496 yesterday. But this hours I've said earlier, market is doing almost 54,491.56. I've said, but market is still slightly in red but side trending. I believe that before the market close, either we'll see a full breakout in the up direction. I told you that market is aiming at what the next strong resistance level of 54,835 that we discussed yesterday, and market is likely to touch it before the end of the week, depend on the strength of number. We expect to start hitting the market yesterday, to start hitting the market tomorrow. Sorry, we expect that on the 17th of February to see the earnings or the round of UCAP. Then subsequently, we expect to see that of Accra Prudential, Zenith Bank, we have to see that of Dangote Cement, WAPCO, BOA, all this, in this month of February actually are from next week. But I believe that one of the early filers that will come is a UCAP either tomorrow, Friday 17th, today is already 15th, tomorrow or next tomorrow, this result will hit the market. This is where it will be. If you look at the chart, as I was saying, this chart is telling you that market is still very, very strong. The orbits remain intact, which is good. But you want to look at how do you know that this orbit is very, very strong. That's why today I'm using what we call ADS to see. ADS tell you the strength behind also the momentum, or the strength behind the of the index action or price action. You can see that here that in the ADS is reading almost 67. I would say that you see ADS above 20, it tells that there is strength in that position of building. But now for ADS to move from 20 to almost 70, 67, for me tell that the market is entering. And also when you see that since this blue line crossed the red line from here and remain up, the market has remained up, they can see what it, and the red one, they can see also when there's a reverse here, when the red line on cross here, you can see that market was down. You can see how the market is performing now. All this time from since the month of November, you can see where the market is going. These are what will guide you. And if you look at our money flow this morning is on a side trend, not down, but it's also leading around the 85, 86. For me, it's also very strong for you to know that market is very, very strong and intact. That means we don't need to panic at all, but rather we take advantage of what we're seeing in the market now. Like yesterday, want to also to quickly look at some stuff. We start from the volume that we're seeing so far. Let's look at these two volume. We want to look at what is happening, what is the chart pattern or the position of GT code, Zenith Bank, and what and ICO. Let's look at this three bank top before we continue with others. Again, all those ones want to see what is happening in those that are on the decline and also on the gainers chart. This one we're looking at this stock that are on the volume. Let's look at GT code first. The GT code, then I'll quickly look at what is happening in Zenith Bank and ICO. Then we'll now go toward those stocks that are also on the top in the chart, GSK and the WAPCO, and also look at livestock coming back again after losing yesterday. So we'll look at GSK and WAPCO to see where they are going from here. Yes, this you can see GT code on a daily chart, very still flat on the T line, but you can see that momentum is still strong, but money flow is looking down, but still above 50 and reading around 60 now. For me, it's still very, very good. But quick one, look at 1 hour position, 1 hour chart of this stock to see what on 1 hour chart you can see flat with what the with the market with the in the T line. You can see it here, dot up and down, still flat with it. But if you look at your your ADS is coming down, but see the blue one is above the red one. says that there's still strength in this stock, and also above money flow is above 50, really 53. I can see that the strength of GTB is very, very strong, or GT code, sorry. For that, there is no cause for alarm in that bank. If you are there, hold your position. If you want to jump in, nothing stop you. Quick one, want to look at what is happening in Zenith Bank. To see what is happening in Zenith Bank. Yes, this is Zenith Bank chart now. You can see Zenith Bank chart. Yes, as the chart is trying to also to go up. Today it has almost tested around you know 24.40 before coming down to straight at this 25.25. You can see, but you can see that here the momentum is also getting a bit weak. You can see compared to where you are seeing it here. But I believe that there's this trend. Money flow is looking down on a 1 hour chart for the stock. But quickly look at a day chart because we are doing live class for today. On a day chart, I will tell you that the MACD, sorry, the T line is still very, very strong. The stock is still above the T line. That's why pulling back, small here. You can see it here, and you can see that still we're seeing a positive move in terms of ADS. For me, it's a good one, but also money flow is still above 50. That is good for the stock. But finally, for this volume, let's look at the. We're looking at the top volume. Let's look at what happened in ICO before we continue. Let's look at what is happening in ICO Insurance. That will go a long way to also tell us what to do. But this company number Q3 was superb. Yes, if you look at ICO on a daily chart, that's like it's trading below the T line. But now, like I tell you that when you see the index price action far from the T line, either up or down, it tries to come back. Now you can see that it's coming back, even when it is below it, it's coming back. Once it break out, that will confirm also a buy. But once you see this red line crossing the blue one and up, that will also be a sign of what? A sign of bearishness. But I believe that once that seeing earnings, they might see a reversal. But on the interim result that was doing for unaudited account for fourth quarter, I think the number that came from ICO is good enough to support a good period that will drive the price at the end of the day. That means if you're in this stock, let your word investment objective guide you, on it. Yes, we'll look at the 1 hour chart for ICO to see. On 1 hour, you can see that the last 2 hours, the stock is trying to also on the 1 hour, you can see that the stock is below the T line, but trying to also come up again to its position. If that happens, that would be nice. Money flow has turned up also to read around the 54. For me, it's a good one, but on a 1 hour chart, it's still not too strong for ICO. Let's quick one. Let's look at the GSK here. So yes, let's look at this GSK. Can see GSK here on the 1 hour chart. Can see that the stock is in green. Can see that this what we call a bullish engulfing in 1 hour chart. 1 hour chart that's taking of this. For me, it's a good one. For you can see volume also. Can see that it's also crossing. That's a momentum indicator that you can see that crossing the red one up. It's a good one. But money flow is also almost 90. Fine. But we need to watch the day chart now. Let's look at the day chart for the stock and see what is happening on a daily chart. On a daily chart, money flow is also looking up around almost a 60. Good one for me, and still above the T line for GSK. And also, the ADS is still missed here. You can see that ADS is trying to come up. Once it cross the line up, that will confirm. But we're seeing above traded volume on the stock for this hour. It is good for the stock. Let's quickly look at the WAPCO for this hour. Let's look at what is happening in WAPCO for call it a day. What is happening in WAPCO? What is happening in WAPCO? Yes, if you look at WAPCO now, I'll tell you WAPCO, see there's a little sign there of profit taking up, but I'll tell you the stock is still very, very strong as we speak. The WAPCO is also a stock to watch, and I told you it's been a 56 naira 65 kobo as we speak, and which is good. Yes, that's why that the gain is still marginal, but you can see that it's trading above the T line on this chart. You can see it here. The T line is blue line, and you can see that volume is there, average above average, and money flow there that fund is entering the stock. You can see, and you can see where a crossover to look at it that my ADS is strong. ADS as we speak now is above 20 point something. Good one. Strength is coming back, and you can see that all this right remain above the T line going on this, and that's what we saw all this. But once this is sustained, for me, as we're looking forward to see the financial for WAPCO, there's no cause for alarm. On this note, I would advise that we'll see the inflation data today. After this class, also we'll discuss on it our next class tomorrow, hopefully, and also in our write-up today for market update. Yes, I'll say thank you for those that want to take advantage of the jumper pack for 50k. Think you can still call in of my colleague. For those stocks that are given a buy range, which I've told you since on Monday, some of them are still maintaining that range. Also, they already some are also taken off already. Why those stocks that I need to sell now? Because even when the earnings season get to it big by next week, those guys are already over what region. You need to start taking profit in them, and also what will support the higher movement for those stocks are not there and don't be caught in the web. When everybody wants to go out, it become difficult for you to sell. If there was identified on time, with our sell signal, always exit before the market or the whole market start exiting in that stock. But most time when everybody is exiting the stock, there's no buyer. It becomes a problem that you can put the stock for two days, 3 days. There's no buyer in the market. That means you must take advantage of information we're sharing here to know exactly when to exit and when to take your profit and when to cut loss. On this note, I say thank you and see you tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your trading day. Bye.